You are listening to the Boss Experience Podcast, a podcast with conversations about business growth, self-development, and maintaining a mindset to achieve business success. My name is Michele Davis, and I am a business strategist and coach, and I am your host. Let's get started. In this episode, I want to share with you 5 offers you can launch in your business. Whether you want to grow your business, whether you're starting new and you don't know where to start and how to actually structure an offer, then you definitely want to tune into this episode. So I think this is a critical episode and a critical topic simply because some people don't know where to start when it comes to making offers in their business. And so this episode is really for those service-based businesses, whether you're a coach or other service-based business. I'm going to share offers that you can use in your business. So if you have a physical product, it probably isn't an episode for you. So my service-based entrepreneurs, let's talk. So you hear a lot of terms thrown around online. You hear high ticket offer, create your profitable offer, and all of the different things you should be doing. It's easy for your head to be spinning with all the different terms and all the different people that are sharing different offers you can have in your business. It's hard to know where to get started. So let's talk about that in this episode. So all during the season 2, I've been talking about different ways to make sure people get started on in the best way possible. So in one episode in season 2, I talk about how to determine your business idea. And I also get into why people veer off from the type of business they should be operating into these shiny objects, and they end up not doing well, failing in their business, and, just how to get back on track. I have another episode in season 2 where I talk about, once you have that business idea and you've determined that your business idea is profitable, how do you actually connect with your target audience and figure out who your target audience is? And surprisingly enough, most people have no idea who they're serving. They're trying to serve everyone and end up serving no one and end up having no sales. Another episode, I talk about what it means to have an offer that you're presenting people, and your offer is simply, what transformation are you promising? What is your big promise? What is it that you're going to give people if they choose to sign on with you? So in this particular episode, I want to talk about 5 different offers you can start in your business today, just to get people on the right foot. And no matter whether you're just starting out or you're trying to revamp your business or restructure it in any way, you can always add these offers in. You don't have to start with a particular offer and stick with it. My suggestion to you, and this is what I've done in my business as well, is I have tried different things. Everything starts with, how do you work best with people? What do you want to do? Because everyone will tell you, one offer is better than another. You won't make money if you only offer this type of service. And it really starts with, what do you want to do? What is your time like? What are your resources like? And when I say resources, it's not always money. It could be, what are the resources you have along the lines of your email list or your followers online? How can you offer, a certain type of offer and really get traction in it? So I'm going to give you 5 of probably the most common ones you'll hear about online. And if you want to learn more about the different offers, I have an actual workbook. I'll leave the description in the show notes. So be sure to, download and save this episode. Or if you have a pen handy, you can go to bit.ly/15 money making offer ideas. So that's bit.ly/15 money making offer ideas. And in there, I detail, even more offers you can have in your business. So let's hop into the 5 I'm going to talk about in this episode. So probably the most common offer that people, especially as a coach or other service providers, one-on-ones. And, one-on-ones have their downside. And the biggest downside is you can't scale one-on-ones. But you can incorporate a one-on-one session in your overall coaching service. So you can have a whole menu of different services. You can have one-on-ones, you can have some of the other offers I'll discuss today. But a one-on-one is a nice way for you to kind of get your feet wet with coaching. It's a good way for you to step in and get some practice, getting people results and getting people, a transformation. And it's really a great way to see, where it even fits in your business, because some coaches don't offer one-on-ones in their overall service because one-on-ones are very time consuming. And regardless of how you add it into your overall program, the point that you need to understand is you need to make sure that your work with a one-on-one session, whether it's a 60-minute session or a 90-minute session, that you have one objective for that session. You can't work on 10 things, 5 things in 60 to 90 minutes and expect for someone to get a result. And I hear it all the time, how some people get burned because they hire coaches. Coach gives them the 60-minute session, and then they're supposed to work on all these things in 60 minutes. And, it's not realistic. Work on one objective that a client is going to focus on and create a process for how you're going to help them accomplish what they want to accomplish in those 60 minutes. A process, whether it's a 3-step process, 5-step process, but at the end of that 60-minute call, you need to be able to deliver on what it is that they say they need help in. So that's the one-on-one session. And whatever you want to call it, I call my one-on-one sessions for my clients business clarity session. You can call it a power session. I refer to it as a power session in my workbook. But think of it as, something that you call it something. Don't just call it a one-on-one. Call it something so that people can feel excited about that service. Okay, the next offer type you've probably heard a lot about is group coaching, right? So group coaching is a preferred offer that most coaches will have as part of their coaching programs and services, simply because it's an easily scalable service to offer your clients. The thing you have to remember when you're offering a group coaching program, your group coaching program must have a process and it must have a big promise. And if you remember what I said in the beginning, your offer is what is the transformation you plan to deliver to people. And your offer needs to deliver on that promise that you're saying you're going to do. So if you're a health coach and you're saying you're going to help people lose 20 pounds at the end of the program, then you need to make sure you have a process that helps them get from that place of whether it's a self-esteem issue, being unhappy, not feeling good about themselves, to losing this 20 pounds. If your program is to help someone start a specific type of business, you need to make sure that they go from not knowing what type of business to start to actually having that business in motion at the end, or having the tools to get that business up and going at the end of your coaching program. So let's say, for example, with my group coaching program, CEO Blueprint Academy, I take people over the course of 90 days from not having a business or kind of needing to pivot and restructure their business to actually being up and having a service-based business that's operational and moving forward and helping them make profit in that business. So they'll basically get all the tools in my 5-step process. So you need to have the same process for your clients so that you get them from that place, of unhappiness to that place of transformation. The key to a profitable offer is that the offer has to meet a need where people are, they have an urgency to solve that problem. So, you have to solve a big problem, and you have to deliver the process and the value to solve that big problem. So you have to make sure that you're solving an urgent problem. People aren't going to pay you to solve problems unless it's problems that they feel urgent about. Urgency is the key to profit. So you have to think about what is it that someone's experiencing, and that's why those pain points are so important in your messaging and in your marketing and in all of your content that you put out, because it's those pain points. It's the, that need to solve this problem that people are going to pay you money. So, and that's going to be the case for group coaching, but it's also going to be the case for whatever it is that you offer. People have to have urgency. They have to feel like this is a problem I have to fix, or this happens, or this is a problem that I have to fix, or that happens. You have to understand what it is that they're experiencing, and you have to know their pain points, because if you're not connecting with people and people don't understand what you're offering, people are not going to buy and engage with you. They're not going to buy from you, and they're not going to engage with you. So you have to keep that in mind. So we covered, the one-on-one session, and we covered the group session. The next thing I want to talk about is the challenge, because you will hear people tell you, run a challenge, and you can run a free challenge or you can run a paid challenge. But the thing is, you need to understand what challenge is you need to give, challenge participants one win through their participation in the challenge, because the whole goal of the challenge is for them to sign on with you to some bigger program. And your challenge can be anything from, a week, a 7-day challenge, 5-day challenge, 3-day challenge. But challenges are challenging if you are just starting out, because if you don't have an audience already that may be willing to participate in your challenge already, you can end up, spending a lot of money on Facebook advertising or some other advertising to get people into that challenge. So a challenge is only right for you if you have an existing Facebook group that maybe you're trying to monetize, or you have an audience that you can bring into your challenge and you can help them achieve one big result at the end of the challenge. But the result has to be big enough for them to sign on for your additional program. So maybe you're using the challenge to market your group coaching program. And the whole goal of the challenge is to give people that one big result that relates to, what you're trying to sign them up for. You pick your higher ticket offer during the challenge. So that's how that works. So a challenge is great if you have an audience already. But if you don't have an audience already, I would steer clear of running a challenge until you have enough people to build up an audience, or you have someone who can run Facebook ads for you that can get you participants into your challenge. So the next offer I'm going to talk about is intensives. So I actually love intensives because you have people who want to engage and participate in your services. But if you have a group coaching program, they really don't want to spend 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months going through your program. They don't have that kind of time. And so with intensives, you can have them like a 1-day intensive, a 2-day intensive, however you structure it out, maybe 4 hours, a 4-hour intensive. If it's 2 days, let's say a weekend, 4 hours on Saturday, 4 hours on Sunday, or a 1-day intensive. And the 1-day intensive gives people a big result. The thing is about intensives is that they require a lot of work up front before you ever sit down with the client on that one day. So you want to be clear on, what the objective is with your client so that you can deliver that end result. And again, 1-day intensives are what you would call that high ticket service. And so you want to make sure that your intensive offer delivers the transformation that you're promising. And it needs to be something big, and it needs to be something that people feel urgent enough about that they will pay you money to help them solve that problem. Okay, so the fifth and final offer I'm going to share in this episode is the 15-minute coach. And this offer entails you coaching someone through a major project where they really may not want to necessarily sit through a group coaching program, and it's too intensive and too major, for a 1-day intensive or, a one-on-one session, but they need help. And so what you could do is you could work with people and structure an offer where you actually coach someone through a major project that they're doing. And again, this major project that they're doing has to be something big and something that's valuable. It means a lot for them to, accomplish and get through this major project. So whatever that major project is, you have to make sure there's a sense of urgency so that they would pay you for, 15 minutes of your time, and however you structure that, whether it's 15 minutes a day or, they get, 3 15-minute sessions a week that they can schedule with you. However you schedule that is up to you. But it's a way for people to have service provider on retainer. You're working with someone who can get the majority of the project done. They just have questions from time to time, and they really need help answering those questions. So that is the 5th and final offer. So let's run through those again. So you have the one-to-one coaching, you have group coaching, you have challenges, you have one-day intensives that are also known as VIP days, by the way. And then you also have the 15-minute coaching. And any of these offers, as a coach or a service provider, you don't have to have one way of working with clients. Not all clients are receptive to working with people in just one way. People like options. So, you can, think about the clients you're already serving or, who you'd like to serve, and think about what it is that works best for you. And until you figure out what works best for you, kind of close your ears off, to everything online. Launch a coaching program and commit to 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Yes, it's more profitable, but what is it that you want to do? Or do I want to do a one-day intensive? How do I structure that out? So, and then if you want a little bit more guidance than what I provide in this episode, you can pick up my 15 money-making offers workbook, which you can find at bit.ly/15 money-making offer ideas. So if you go there, you'll find the workbook. And in the workbook, I talk about not just the different offers. I give you 10 more offers in addition to the 5 I discussed today, but I also talk about how you plan those out and some suggested pricing. So if you're just starting out, this may be just what you need to help you plan out things in a very structured way so that you can get your clients the transformation that they're desiring. So with that being said, keep in mind, everything starts with planning. Any offer can work as long as you have a plan and you understand what problem you're solving and you have a process to get your client from place of displeasure and unhappiness to that place of joy, which is their transformation that you're offering. With that being said, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Boss Experience Podcast. And I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to leave a review. See you in the next episode.
Starting a business is easy. Making money from your business is the hard part. The only way to launch a profitable business is to have a plan, direction, and one source of information that gives you everything you need to get started. So what if I told you that a blueprint exists that can take you from finding a business idea you love to launching a profitable online business? Without an email list, a big social media following, or wasting your time scouring the internet trying to put the pieces together. Get the only source you need to launch your profitable business today.
Just visit bossbusinessplanner.com to get yours today. Now back to the episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Boss Experience Podcast. Don't forget to leave a review for this episode and tune in next time.